After leaving South Dakota, I headed into the windy hills of Eastern Wyoming. Some friends of mine had been staying in Durango, Colorado, where they just had the Four Corners motorcycle rally. Although I'd missed the rally, I was excited about riding through Colorado and getting to the Four Corners, where a person had their choice of 4 awesome states to explore. After riding through the windy, rolling prairie for the better part of the day, I found an awesome free place to camp in a town called Wheatland, Wyoming, situated just beside a reservoir fed by an oxbow stream. Just found this place in Wheatland, Wyoming, and it's absolutely free. There's a river going that way. And some kind of a big reservoir over there. Getting eaten up by mosquitoes, but I got some mosquito coils, and so probably light one of those. Let me go. Put my bike right there just to signify for the time being that this spot is occupied, and I'll probably move it over there closer to the tent at night, and hopefully nobody fucking parks their big fat RV right there. I'm out of the wind in there. It's been windy as all get out in here. Pretty normal for Wyoming. So yeah, basically I'm free until Biketoberfest. My boss is flying me from Phoenix to Daytona Beach. Until then, you know, not really much to do. At this point, I've already seen a lot of things, so I don't quite have the same excitement that I did maybe a couple years ago when everything was new. But I got some ideas in mind. A couple of places in Colorado I haven't seen. This is the prairie, the grassland. Windy as fuck most of the time. Today was relatively mild, only 18 miles an hour. On one hand, you know, the mountains are beautiful, but this is very beautiful too. This is a definition of an oxbow stream. River curves over that way, around that way, and then back over here. That spot on the reservoir was almost too good to leave. I marked it on my map so I could come back to it next time, and headed southwest in the direction of the Rocky Mountains. Once in the state of colorful Colorado, I began looking for a place to camp in the Medicine Bow National Forest. The weather got real cold at this altitude, and by about 5 p.m. I was already breaking out the scarf and long johns. It was a cold night. Well, just waking up in Medicine Bow National Forest in Colorado, and I'm way out there, no cell signal. Pretty high altitude, way up in the pine forest, as you can see. Only thing I can say about high altitude is drink a lot of water. You know, you might want to drink twice as much water as you usually drink. I find that when I do that and I'm pretty hydrated, you know, I don't get sick. I've gotten altitude sickness before, in Mexico of all places, in the Sierra Madres. It sucks. You feel like shit and you got no energy, so stay hydrated. Just getting packed up, gonna head down to Gunnison, Colorado. One of the things that's so impressive about Colorado is the constantly changing scenery. You can be in one place, then take a ride down the road and be in a completely different world. Deeper into the Rockies I went, riding through Kremling and Silverthorne, through some truly immense mountains on the way to Gunnison. The yellow splotches you can see on these mountains are patches of aspen trees, which have just started donning their fall colors. With Gunnison as my destination, the final leg of the day's riding took me west over the Monarch Pass, through the mountains into the high desert on the other side. After I got to Gunnison, I started looking for some BLM land just outside of town, which I'd seen on my map. Difficult for me to capture on video just how rough and steep this gravel road was, but let's just say it wasn't designed for a heavily loaded sport touring bike. I made it up without incident and rode into a small stand of aspen trees at the top where I made my camp out of the wind. My camp just outside of Gunnison. It was windy as all get out yesterday, so found this place. Had to ride up some crazy fucked up rutted gravel roads to get here, but pretty secluded out there. Somebody was hiking this way and asked if this was the trail earlier this morning, but yeah, this spot kept me out of the wind. It was a pretty good windstorm that was kicking up, so I found this little aspen grove way out here. Not many trees. This part of the state, you know, a lot of it's kind of treeless, and this kind of high desert, rocky, mountainous terrain. So the last leg of this journey to Durango would take me through one of the most amazing rides in the United States, the $1 Million Highway. I put my face in the wind and pressed on.